name is Mike Estes. I live in Owensboro, Kentucky. We have a grain farm here in the northwestern part of the state of Kentucky. We have about 2,400 acres of corn and soybeans. With our burn downs and sometimes we have some replants, we'll probably spray. I imagine this unit will probably go over probably 6,000 acres this year. Probably the first spray we had was we added tanks to a tractor with a spray boom. Very cumbersome to get around with, and you had to use the tractor for different things. We acquired more property, more crops. We went with a tricycle type spray that was sold and made here in this area. We had 2 of those at times. We raised a lot of tobacco and we used those in conjunction with our tobacco. We went from those to a cab tricycle type spray and still have it. But it was very hard on you to ride. It was hard to get around with, very rough to handle, and we outgrew it. We kept it to spray for a second spray, a backup spray in case we got behind in a rust situation with soybeans, or so we'd have a backup unit. And then we went to after that we went to a 4-wheel different spray before we bought this unit. We've kind of outgrown it. These gentlemen brought us one of these units by last year for us to use and try, and we really like the spray. The man that runs it for me, he really enjoys running the spray, and he really liked it. So we gave it a lot of thought through the winter months and decided that we would see about purchasing one, and we're able to put a deal together, and we've used it now about 200 hours, and we like the performance of the machine. It's really speeded us up. We've had such a wet spring and early summer that if we hadn't had this large a unit, we would have probably been behind all time on our spray. But with this type of unit that you can get over the ground, and it's not all that heavy for our wet soils, and by getting this size machine, we've been able to stay caught up with our chemical applications, and it's really gotten us through in a timely manner. This gentleman that helps me is James, and James is a 70-year-old man, and he hadn't dealt with a lot of computers in his life, and he would rather take a tractor and a breaking plow, when he started helping me, he wasn't even used to no-tilling crops, you know, and he said, "It sure looks ugly." I said, "Yeah, but it works." And so he wasn't used to just a complete chemical application farming operation like we have here. The dealer brought, as I said, the demonstration unit up last year, and James ran it for probably pretty near a week, I guess, 4 or 5 days, and he liked the features, and he was able to. He was a little bit apprehensive about learning the controls, the GPS, and this sort of stuff, but he agreed to take it on, and we decided if we was going to buy a unit like this, we wanted to get one that would have a good amount of functions to it, that would make it easy and make it a lot simpler to run. The dealer promised us that if we bought this unit, they would do everything and stay with us till we learned the operation of it, and they have. They've done an excellent job, and they're just a phone call away. If we have any problems, even on the screen or anything, bringing up anything, if you lose your place and you think something is not right, all we have to do is ask, and they'll guide you right through it. Pretty simple. Handles good on the road. There again, we try not to move it loaded on the road. We try to watch and not put it a big heavy load, have a heavy load of chemical in it. But there's been a few times that it's been full, but most of the time, and we do drive it everywhere as we go. We're about in a 15-mile area that we have to travel. Some farms are close together. We have some big fields, some small fields. We have some farms, some fields that's over 200 acres, and we have some that's 7 or 8 acres in the field. So we have a very mixed combination. We have some fields around areas that's very populated, and we've liked the way that the machine handles around those areas. You can get it down low to the ground. We haven't had any drift problems. We've liked the fact that it's very versatile. I think the timeliness is the big thing. The size of the machine, and it's not a huge machine compared to a lot of sprays, but by us being able to get on the ground at the time that we can, with the weight of the machine and the size of booms that we have and all, I think that by being able to keep up, and like I said, we've had some wet spells, and we may run 2 or 3 days a week, and the rest of the week it's wet. It has been that way all spring, and by having this machine, we've been able to get the job done in a timely manner and keep us in time with the weed situation and the weed pressure, which we have a very clean crop, and we hardly have any weeds at all anywhere. It's just really a good time. I like the appearance of the machine. I like the job that it does. I wish I had the figures of what I think that it has done for us. I know that it has saved us a lot on chemicals with the process that it goes through where it automatically cuts itself off and you overlap. It's got to be a tremendous savings. I don't know, personally, I don't know how to put a pencil to that to realize what we've saved over previous sprays, but when you can spray around the field and it shuts itself off when you go across that line and turn itself back on, it's got to be a good savings. And of course on point rows too, it shut itself off. It's got to be wonderful, and it's a lot better on the crop. I think the machine is definitely going to pay for itself. For the fact that, there again, it goes back to timeliness, and I think you never know what that's worth to you, getting the job done at the right time and having it on when you need it done. Easy to service. It's a little bit tall to service. You have to use a ladder in most cases, but to have this type clearance, I think you have to expect that. I don't know how any other way you could service it if you didn't have to have a ladder to service it. But seem like most of the features are really accessible if you just a good tall man or if you got a good ladder. We've had a couple of leaks, but they've been fixed, taken care of, hydraulic leaks, and it's like a lot of other machines. You buy something new, you expect a few things that gets by that has to be taken care of, and they've done a wonderful job of taking care of it. Just made a phone call and told them where they were. They came out, and they were out that day. It probably wasn't an hour or two that before they got here. We had one O-ring that had blown. It was in the back where it raises the booms up. They replaced it, and there was another day or two. I think the other side had done the same thing. There was an update at one time. It was a valve body or something they had to change out, and they came and took care of it on their own. But I think that's about the only times they've had to do anything. It's one of the most important things we have to have. We're in a no-till situation, and we need a tractor and planter, we need a good combine, and we need a good spray. That's the three main things we need to grow a good crop in this part of the country, the way I see it. And if you don't have a good, it's kind of like raising cattle. If you don't have a good bull, you're out of business. And I think if you're going to do a lot of no-tilling and a lot of spraying, I think you've got to have a machine that'll do the job. And I think that's what we have. I'll probably stay with an Apache. My feelings are at this point that I have no thoughts of changing to anything else. You know, we have a good dealer and they take good care of us. The product's here and the dealer's here. And that's what it is, that's what it takes. I don't want to stay in this farming business because I have to. I want to keep in the position to do it because I want to. And with pieces of equipment like this, it's making it possible for us to do that.